Creative Director Kim Kesty, and I'm super excited to give you this bonus video about the stamp of the month. The brand new stamp of the month for May is called Natural Dreamer. Let's take a look at it. Here is the stamp set and the postcard that also comes to you. When you subscribe to Stamp of the Month, you get this full-size red rubber stamp, along with this really fun postcard with inspiration and even a card that's all stepped out for you. Super fun. Let me go ahead and open this so you can get a glimpse of how gorgeous she is. She's so special. This is one of those stamps that just really kind of speaks for itself. I'm going to go ahead and put them on the backing real quick. Then you can see all the gorgeous, deeply etched red rubber. Isn't it pretty? Now look at her. She's got the indexing on it, and there's so much detail in this stamp. I can't wait for you to get your hands on it and just bring it to life. It's going to be amazing. Take a look at the cover again. There are 6 stamps on this set, 2 of the images of this darling natural dreamer, and then 4 really amazing sentiments. I think you're going to love every one of them. This is going to be the perfect card to send even around Mother's Day if you want, or to any of your girlfriends that just need a little lift, a little inspiration. Love, love, love it. All right, so because the stamp set is so involved and so busy and she's so gorgeous already, I thought I would just share a few fun techniques during this video to do some of the backgrounds for this image. Again, she stands out so beautifully on her own. I thought, well, let's play with a few backgrounds and give you a few little extra hints and tips. First thing I'm going to do is show you a unique way to use our gel press. Now, this is our gel press. It's really a super neat tool. It is exactly what it sounds like, a gel plate. It's a really soft, kind of interesting material. I don't know exactly what the material is, but it's got this really soft, cool gel effect to it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in one of my inks. Now I'm not going to use a brayer like you would typically use a brayer with the gel press for transferring ink or liquid color or any of your mediums. But this time I'm only going to use an ink pad and a paintbrush. So this will be kind of fun. I'm going to go ahead, let me put the paintbrush down. I'm going to go ahead and ink up the gel press. Oops, do have a little sticker on there. I'm going to ink up the gel press with this fresh sage ink. So this is one of the newer colors in the Fun Stampers Journey collection. I'm just going to ink it up real good. And the ink will kind of tend to bead up on the gel press a little bit, and that's totally fine. And then in order to create my pattern, I'm just going to come with my brush. This happens to be our angled brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and do kind of just a drawing the paintbrush across. Kind of creating some fun little, almost it's going to look hopefully like paint when I get it onto my cardstock. So you can go back and forth several times. I just went one direction. If you went several directions, you would probably come up with a little bit different pattern. But let's take a look at how this looks. I'm just pressing whipped cream cardstock on, and that's going to pick up the ink from the gel press. Go around and make sure it's all picked up. And then when we pull it back, we have this really cool kind of, looks like old weathered paint. That's exactly the look I was going for. Super fun. And the more you use the gel press, the more that it will become seasoned. I guess seasoned is kind of the word we use in the gel press world. The more ink and the more fun things you get on top, the more the ink's going to blend all over. I'm going to show you what I did with this background in a minute, but before I do, I want to show you one more way to use the gel press. I'll make sure my green is off of there. And this time I'm going to bring in Rustic Rose. So this is another new color. And I'm going to bring in one of our floral background embossing folders. Now you can use any embossing folder for this technique. Totally doesn't matter. I thought the floral was going to be really pretty with this stamp set. So again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just adding a whole bunch of ink to the gel press. Making sure I've got good coverage there. And this time, instead of going directly with the paper or manipulating the ink at all, I'm going to grab our folder. And you'll see that our embossing folders have the logo on one side and the back side does not. So I'm using the side with the logo. And I'm just going to put it on the gel press. I'm going to be fairly gentle pressing it down. I'm not going to try to, mush it down too hard. Okay, I'll pick that guy up. I'm going to go ahead and insert a piece of my whipped cream cardstock. Right in there. I'll move this guy now. And then I'm going to bring in my little platinum machine and go ahead and run it through for you. It's kind of fun to have that aha moment, I think. So the sandwich for this guy is, of course, on the platform as always. but you're going to do cutting plate. Put my little folder with my paper inside, my tan mat on top, and my orange single cutting plate. Run it all the way through there. And there we go. So super pretty. It just has a really soft, kind of, I guess, feminine look. The ink has just lightly gotten into the creases of the folder. So pretty. And then this will dry slightly lighter when it's all the way dry. But just a fun way to add ink. You can always add ink by just pressing the ink pad into the folder, and that's definitely another option. So experiment with your embossing folders, adding ink to them, and you could even try liquid color or some of our other mediums. But this one I thought was really fun and easy. Once we had the gel press out, I thought, oh, it'd be fun to just add ink and transfer the ink to the folder that way. All right, super fun. So we've got two fun backgrounds right now. I'm going to show you one more background, and then I'll do the reveal and show you some really fun cards we've created with all of these. This time I'm taking, you've probably seen something similar to this before, using one of our stencils. Now these are just our really lightweight, super sturdy stencils we have in our collection. And again, I'm taking good old whipped cream cardstock. This time I'm grabbing the ink pad, and then I'm grabbing one of our little fusion sponges. These actually was originally a full sponge, but I like to cut them in quarters and get a lot of mileage out of them. Good way to stretch your supplies. So now I'm just picking up ink with a sponge, and then I'm just going to come through and just in a circular motion add ink right through that stencil. Super quick, super easy, but I really love the impact when you pull the stencil back. You have this gorgeous look. By the way, this ink, I don't know if you saw it, I kind of flashed it really quick, is Beach Breeze. And I love the kind of sky look it adds. And I think our Natural Dreamer stamp set this month is she's kind of a freewheeling gypsy kind of a girl, so I thought this background would be really fun. Now you notice I didn't stencil all the way around to the edges. I like to kind of keep that really soft look. And in fact, on the finished project, I went ahead and took the top edge of the paper, well, I ripped both edges actually, and just kind of came in with just a real gentle ripping motion, and then really added to the boho look of this card. So I'll do both edges real quick, and then just left the length out there. So check it out. 3 different fun techniques. Now let me bring in some cards and show you the finished projects. Let's bring in the flower wall first. So here's this guy. You can see that, like I said, the original stamped image is so beautiful, and it won't even matter if you use colored pencils or watercolors or markers or liquid color. No matter what you color this girl with, she is going to be fabulous. So I love how she's popped up against our little hexagon die, and then just that gorgeous, gorgeous background with the embossing folder. So pretty. All right, let's check out little Miss Stenciled here. Now this particular one we actually stamped directly onto the piece, and then we did a masking technique. So before you do the stenciling like I did here, if you want to have a really more flat card, you could go ahead and mask the little image off here with like a post-it note or a sticky note, or you could stamp her separately and just pop her up on the card too. Either one of those would be amazing. Okay, and then this background, we actually used the little Natural Dreamer with the side view, and then we made this a portrait style card. So love her. Even this little, I guess I didn't really show you that. I had another little piece of embossing back here, and this is a whipped cream panel we used with our Tiny Dot embossing folder, and this time we just added ink directly to the raised dots. So the same sage green ink, that's what created this fun little panel back here. So there's a little bonus for your bonus technique. Do we love that? Bonuses on top of bonuses. Love it. Okay, now I'm going to show you a few more cards from the collection. A lot of these we'll have featured on our blog or our Instagram account, but there's nothing like seeing them live, right? So I wanted to share a few more cards with you before I let you go. All right, here is one of our Natural Dreamers. Now she is absolutely stunning, stamped in black, which I'll bring another card in here too. And again, no matter how you color her, she's going to be just amazing. But look how pretty she is, stamped in just a solid color ink. Love her there too. So a little bit more simple of a style, Absolutely gorgeous. And here she is embossed with black embossing powder. So pretty. Love it. She's just got kind of an inky, smooshy background and then stamped on top with some black embossing powder. If I kind of tilt her, I think you can see the gloss, a little bit of the embossing powder. So it gives kind of that raised look. Super fun. And here's a Natural Dreamer stamped all kinds of times. So fun. So we created this inky background again with our Fusion ink sponges just by adding ink to the background and blending it. And then just did a whole bunch of the images on top, and it just gives a real dreamy look. I love this card. And again, darling sentiment. And then one that we also showed on our postcard, this one right here, I thought, oh my gosh, she is just beautiful in just plain black and white. She really doesn't need anything else besides that to be absolutely stunning. So love that card from our postcard. So, thank you so much for just watching this fun little bonus technique video. I know that you will absolutely love your May stamp of the month when it arrives in your mailbox. If you do not already subscribe, please consider checking out this kit club or any of the kit clubs we have when you visit spellbinders.us. In the meantime, have a great day bringing paper to life.